Are we all ready? Yes. Are we all ready? Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Medical Mondays with Dr. O. It's been an interesting few days so far, or few weeks, I should say, with the weather. Weather has been interesting everywhere, but we thank God for His mercies and we thank God that He has seen us through the worst, I hope, for this winter. And, things are getting better all over the states. So glory be to God for that. We also know that January was Stalkers Awareness Month. And we brought someone who had encountered horrible stalking. But because of the packed schedule we had to move this talk tonight for tonight. So I am Toyin Okwesomi, a family practitioner who also treated HIV and infectious diseases, as well as substance use disorder in Maryland, and the hostess of Medical Mondays with Dr. O. Tonight, we're here with one of our family members at Medical Mondays with Dr. O, Dr. Nkechi Uzoegwu. Dr. Nkechi, most people don't know that she's actually a medical doctor, trained in Nigeria, practiced in Nigeria before coming to the US. Of course, she's gotten a lot of more accolades after she got here, MBA and different certifications. She's done a lot because she's just brainy. One of her brains, smart in every way. However, we found out that even brains sometimes is not enough when it comes to stalking. So without much ado, I'm going to bring Dr. Nkechi on. I fondly call her Nkechi, so when you hear me flip-flop tonight, that's why. We're also doing something different tonight. Last year, we did a poll. We took a poll on this platform and asked, different questions. One of the things people requested is to have an interview format sometimes on our programmings. So tonight, the Medical Mondays with Dr. O is not going to be as, usual, where a speaker speaks and then we then ask questions. It's going to be an interview format. So I'm going to start. Welcome, Dr. Nkechi Uzoegwu.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. I told you she's brainy. She's not just brainy, look at her, she's beautiful also, to the glory of God. So, you've been on Medical Mondays before, and we've heard some of what had happened in your life, the domestic violence that you ran away from, but then got into the hands of a stalker. It's like, is it from frying pan to fire, or is it continuation of the status quo, or what would we call it? So that much we knew. A lot has happened with you since then, since we met you. So I'm going to start my question tonight with something that plagued some people and some things that people had carried as statements because I don't know what to call it. I don't know if it's gossip. I don't know if it's if it's just opinions or what it is. But we know you were stalked. Were you in relationship with the stalker? Were you in a romantic relationship with the stalker? Is what I wanted to ask.
No, no. We were never in any kind of relationship or intimate relationship at all. There was no communication or connection that suggested that we were in any kind of relationship. The entire idea existed in the mind of this person, but there was nothing of such.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Because I think we need to clear that before, we go on. Can you describe how this talking began, especially since you were never in a romantic relationship with this stalker?
It began from a school where I was a student trustee, and I met this individual who was also from Nigeria and an older man. And as a student trustee of that college, I was trying to create a big event for the school. And I was asked to write a letter to the mayor of that city, and then the mayor's office had to introduce me to this individual who happens to also come from Nigeria and wanted a relationship the first day, and I told him no. So it started with unwanted attention and messages, behavior towards me, and he created this unwanted attachment. Um, but I'll say this, I made a mistake of ever giving him my number.
You give him your number.
Yes, because I should give him my number because I was hosting an event, a community event. So we were to communicate with him and the police department to provide me with everything that I needed for that event for my school.
So I wouldn't say that was a mistake. That was a necessary step. You needed to give him your number so you can work together for the success of the event.
Mhm.
So, what was your first moment of realizing that something was seriously wrong?
It started with um, going to a hospital and seeing his name in my medical record that he's my husband. That shocked
Excuse
me.
me.
That
Shed more
shocked
light
me.
into that, please.
Yes. I wasn't feeling good and I went to the hospital. And I know that each time I go to the hospital, I'll see that a call will come in. As I'm entering the place, somebody will call. And call kept coming in at the emergency room. And something just triggered me and said, why don't you just talk to those people and ask them for your information, and they should give you your information. And they asked me why. I said, I want to know, I want to see that. And behold, I looked at it, I saw the stalker's name as my husband and my next to king. I was shocked. I was like, what? Who is my husband? And I had to tell them immediately. I said, this individual is not my husband. And we have no relationship of such. That was when I knew, one of the time I knew that there was something bad happening. And then
How
the
did
other
that happen?
I don't know how that happened. And also another time, I would just wave things when I saw a package from Macy's that has wedding gowns and when they stuff materials that has my name and it's sent to my address. I wasn't getting married to anyone, so I don't know how that got to my house. So I knew there was something wrong.
Wow. Did the stalker's behavior escalate after
Mm.
that, or?
Yes, it did. It did. It did very much. That I go to places, I'll see him. I'm going into the place. As I'm coming out, he's at the door. And I'll ask him, he will just call me and say, And for me, I never thought of anything because he works in that city. I go to college in that city. I live in that city. So he lives in that city. So I see him with the city vehicle. But each time I go to anywhere I go to, as I'm coming out of that place, he's standing by the door waiting for me. Or he will walk in. But mostly he stands by the door waiting for me.
Wow. Wow. So obviously, the stalking involved in-person following.
Yes.
Was there online harassment, threats, or untoward contact?
There was online, this individual, it was later that I found out that he had a tracker on my car. He had a tracker on my car, and um, that could give him the chance to do that, to know where I am. And then the funniest part of it is he calls himself a stalker. He calls him jokingly, will just say, do you know I'm a stalker? Do you know I'm a stalker? And I didn't know what a stalker, I know what a stalker was, but I never thought that was something that could relate to um, people from our own tribe because I've never had the word stalking in Nigeria. So, so.
So we know now how he knew where you were
Mm,
at all times
mhm,
and why he was showing up there.
mhm.
It tracked, it was tracking your car. How did you know there was a tracking or that it tracked your car? Was there a obviously there's a tracking device in the car then.
Okay.
How did you know?
I had a car because I was going to college, so and I will always have my car break down, and then he will give me a ride. He'll promise to give us a ride, and he just wanted that car to be damaged so that he could be the one taking me everywhere. But for me, I hate really taking things from people, especially men that I had no relationship with. But somehow I just fall into getting a ride. But at one point, I wanted to go fix my car. I went to like 3 to 4 mechanics and the auto shop, we call it auto shop, and they refused to fix my car. I'll leave the car and when I come back, they would just not want to fix the car. So I spoke to a lady from my son's school, private school, and he said to me, "Oh, there's a mechanic down the school road, and go to that person, and that person is going to help you fix your car." So, and when I went, I dropped off my car and I went to work, and he came to pick me. And then this man just sat me down and said, "Tom, are you a criminal?" I said, "What do you mean by if I'm a criminal? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" Then I see you as a very quiet person. But he's like, "You're being tracked.
Wow.
The only people they track is a criminal." I said, for me, I still did not know. I don't know what all that is because we don't do that in Nigeria. So I was like, and I told the man, I said, I bought the car from someone, and maybe it's that person, maybe they're tracking that person. But for me, he can check that I have no criminal record or something that I'm hiding. And that was it. So that's how I got to know. Even at that point in time, I still did not understand what was going on because I didn't see him like that because he was such a very quiet looking man and an old man, an older man. So I didn't think he has that um, idea or power to do such a thing.
You know, he said it that, I'm a stalker.
Yeah, he said it. Yeah.
I know, but this is what happens to all of us. You definitely would think he's joking
Yeah, I thought he was
because,
joking.
I mean, would a stalker say they're a stalker? But do you feel comfortable mentioning his name? Because, I call him stalker, and you've been following suit. Are you there where you can mention his name, or you're not quite there yet?
No, I'm there. I really don't
Okay.
want this man to hurt another woman. His name is Kehinde Shokoya. I don't
Candy.
want him to hurt anyone again, or no woman should be treated the way this man treated me and my young boy. No, no, no. And like you asked me, how did I start knowing things, right? I I have a degree in criminal justice, and there was a course that I was taking about stalking, and I was to write a paper with a group. And then I started, you know, looking at when I was doing all my research and reading about that topic, then I started looking at the pattern of what this individual was doing. So now I know he's a stalker, that he meant it. Yeah. And everything that I read about a stalker he was doing, he cloned my phone. That's another thing that I know because I would not talk to him about something. And maybe I was on the phone talking to someone. And to my greatest surprise, if I meet or talk to him, he knows everything I said. He
Wow.
had everything I said. My text messages and everything will go first to him before it comes to me. That was how I won't say he's powerful, but very trickish. And
Well, I would say powerful
oh
because
yeah, yeah,
I think you've shared before that it was connected
mhm,
somehow where you have access. Do
yeah.
you want to talk a little bit about that?
He always he tells me, he said, nobody messes with him, that he knows a lot of people, and that whatever he wants, he gets. And when he says that, I'll just tell him right there and then, I said, you don't know who you're messing with too. And you can't get your way with me, right? I don't take that from any man. And then he will act tough. There's sometimes they act tough. And I tell him, I said, look, in Nigeria, I've met tough men than you are, and you're not even the military in anything. I said, my whole life, I've been around uniformed men that are tougher, and I don't fear them. They taught me how to be bold and to stand straight with my head high, and they don't take injustice in any way, those that I talk to. So I don't see you as somebody that with all this your words of mouth that you can shake me and or threaten me. But he will say things like, no woman tells me no, make life miserable for them. But each time he says that, I didn't see that as anything because I don't see him like I see him like then I see him like a quiet teddy bear that will talk nicely, but inside him on the other side, he was a very dangerous man.
Hmm. So, how long did the situation continue before you received any help or intervention?
10 good years, over 10 years.
10 years.
Yes, 10 years, 10 years before yeah. Nobody believed me because he was very trickish about very smart about what he does.
How did you get intervention?
First of all, I'll say thank you to Medical Monday. Medical Monday saved me because I'll tell you, nobody in America believed what I was saying about this individual. I'll tell you this. Thank you to Medical Monday. Thank you. Thank you to all the people on this group. And I tried as much as possible calling the police, reporting. I wrote to so many places. I wrote to the FBI, I wrote to the DA, I wrote to the CP Interpol of Nigeria. I wrote to the IG. The IG then was like, this is a different country. I talked to people at church. He was very smart. He had gone ahead of me before I even started complaining because he had started telling people that he sent me to school, he bought me a house, we're living together, and just because he did something, I got mad at him. And This is a man, I've never been to his house. I don't, till now, I'm telling you, I don't know where he lives. I don't know. I know they say he lives in Antioch or he lives in Antioch. Where he lives, I've never stepped my leg there. I've never stepped my leg there. So,
So, yeah, you have never been to where he lives, and all of this were going on. When you knew that he was stalking you, did you call the police at any point in time?
oh, I did. I have when I mean more than 30 reports. Police were always coming to my house. And let me say this, before I called the police, he would have done one or two or three, four things that is unbearable that I'll call the police. When the police come, they will just the Nigerian police is quite different from American police. That's why I'm saying because I know both um terrain very well. You understand? And the American police wants to see evidence. They want to swap the hand or they want to see him doing something. They want a camera. They want to catch him in the act. But no, this man was very smart. And then the funniest part of it is when the police leaves, he will just come and he'll drop gloves at my door. He'll call me and tease me and laugh at me and tell me, who did you just call? They didn't do anything. And he will start again. For some days, he will just stop a little bit and then he'll continue.
Wow.
He'll stop a little bit and then he'll start. But the one that baffles me most, and that's why I'm saying I want this man arrested and put in a place that he would never hurt another woman. This man has guts to come into my house, the house that he doesn't pay for. And he told me that he has the key to the city. Come into my house when I'm at my absent, not in front of me. He'll come into my house, damage things, dump salt in my food, do some crazy things in the house. And when I come in, I call the police and said, I didn't do this. I didn't leave my house like this. And I said, what are you talking about? Stop talking like that. Nobody break into your house. The door is intact. So you stop saying that. But I know somebody came in.
So that's like those universal keys or something that,
Yeah, I think he has a university because he always say like he's this kind of person. He's doing something, he's indirectly or directly telling you to your face that you dare not do anything. The more you call police, the more he does more things. Yes.
wow. So let's talk about personal impacts here. In what ways does this experience affect your daily life and sense of safety?
Hmm. That's affected me in several ways. Um, hmm. I had to change my routine. I had to do a lot of things, avoid going out. And if I had to go out, I had to go out with a knife. I'm saying this, everyone is hearing me. I had to go out with a knife. Not only do I have to go out with a knife, I had to secure myself. This individual does not walk alone. He even has people that he uses. I will never forget what made me to start taking a knife with me. I went to a store to pick up medication while I was on the line. A girl came, all tattooed in, and walked up to me. I don't know her from anywhere, and she told me, you took his house, you took his property, we're gonna beat you down. We're gonna teach you a lesson. I was looking at her and for me, I grew up in Musha, I grew up in Itere. What are you talking about? So who are you to tell me that? So I had to get myself together and I walked up close to her. I said, I'll beat the hell out of you. I said, I'll deal with you seriously before the police come. You don't tell me that. Who is that person that's sending you? She knew I was in, because she came in a fear. She was all tattooed in. and thought I was going to be so scared. Yes, indirectly I was, but I had to get myself together because I don't know her from anywhere. So since then, I started um, going out with a knife. And thank God I did martial arts and I did martial arts here. I had to go back and get my lessons back and secured myself having to have a private gun in my house.
Mm. So sorry for this experience. Did it impact your work life in any way? Your
Yes,
job?
yes. I lost several good jobs
Why?
because of him.
How?
They will call the place and lie that I had a mental breakdown, that I'm mentally insane, labeled me. He did so many things. I'll share some with you guys. At the college where I was a student trustee, I was the only student. They were choosing students that were to go to the White House for an internship during the summer. I was the only one that was chosen. They congratulated me preparing to make me go to this internship, and all of a sudden they dropped me
Mm.
and said somebody said something, but they won't share that with me. Another one was I was to have an interview one morning. And a day before the interview, I found out that my car has been vandalized. He's good at vandalizing my car. And then I had to call because I didn't know anyone. I don't have a family here. So he knows when I need something. I'll just call, okay, Jackie, what's going on with you? I said, I have an interview tomorrow morning and I have to go to the interview and all that. He said, don't worry, I'll take you. And the next morning he called me and said, oh, give me the address. And I gave him the address. And he did not call me back. And then the company that I was going to have the interview with just called me and said, we're so sorry. We don't want to interview you anymore. We've got somebody else. I was so shocked. I was dressed, ready to go. And then I was shaking. I couldn't believe that. So I now blocked my line and called the place and said, oh, hello, good morning. Someone was to have an interview with you guys. And what happened? Why did you drop that person? That candidate said, oh, somebody told us she's mentally insane.
Right.
That was that was shocking. And another one, I was teaching in one of the schools that he took me to that looks like the White House. He would do things and he would do it to your face. And he told me then that this is the highest you can see of the White House because the building looks like the White House. And as God will have it, I started teaching at that school. And then the next school year, I just had all the teachers talking, some teachers crying for me. I was like, what's going on? Why are you crying for me? He said, well, you're a good teacher. You're good at what you do, but they have to let you go. You have a personal problem outside. I said, personal? What's personal? It said somebody bigger than you had told them to drop you. I said, who? Nobody mentioned because they were scared. No, everyone scared of stalking. I got us also they dropped me. And also I worked for the state. And two, nobody wants to deal with a stalker. They let go of me because what he does is he keeps calling or doing some weird things. And when a stalker start getting into a place, people start getting scared and they let go of the person. The school that I was telling you of in Auckland, he got into the class on a Valentine's Day to drop a card for me and but did not put his name and they had to let go of me too. So that has affected me in several ways.
Mm. How about your mental health, your emotional well-being?
Oh, at that
How's that
time,
been?
I'll tell you this. If it's not for God and not for my son, I don't know what I would have done. And I had some friends from Nigerian police force that was visiting my house. They're men. They were giving me courage. They were giving me courage. They were telling me, don't give up. We don't know you to give up. We don't know you to give up. Just keep striving. And but one thing they will always tell me, never tell lies to the police. No
Mm-hmm.
matter what was going on, don't make up things and make the police go investigate and find out that you're lying. Always tell them the truth. And uh, I was, I'll tell you indirectly, I was depressed because I couldn't find help. No one was there to help me and my little boy. Um, oh, and he's good at doing this too. Before I moved to where I am right now, this guy he knows how to deal with you emotionally and psychologically. I don't know whether I had something in the house. He knows what I'm doing in the house, or he know my location in the house. You know, you're sleeping at the middle of the night, and then somebody's using those tiny little stones, and then someone is throwing that at your window. You know how noisy that could be, like tiptoeing into your window, like you just sleep and you just wake up and you're scared. You know, I was watching my back, crying every time, a lot of anxiety, but I never gave up though. I never gave up.
So kindly comment a little bit more on the mental health. If you mentioned already that caused you anxiety. Was there any fear, sleep problems, or physical stress? Because you mentioned that you were in the hospital back and forth. Since I have met you on Medical Mondays with Dr. O, you have not been in the hospital.
No,
So,
no, no,
so
no,
was
no.
did this have to do with, that?
Yeah, because it has to do with that, a lot of stress, a lot of not sleeping. I was overwhelmed with everything. So overwhelmed for someone to come into your house, into your space when you're not there, and then carrying rumors about you around the whole neighborhood that you took his house, you took his property, he sent you to school because you're a pretty woman, and now that you're done, you dumped him. And a lot of people were siding, and so I was left alone. I was
Mm,
left alone. And then the police not wanting to, not that they don't know what to do really though, but they don't understand. I don't think they've ever had that situation.
mm,
I must be honest with you because now they're really helping and listening to me. And I would just cry. I wanted my space. I never had space.
mm. So just to change gears a little bit, what impact did this have on your finances and relationships with others? Did it affect them?
A lot. I couldn't even feed myself. I couldn't even do anything. I couldn't even send money home for my junior ones. I couldn't pay my bills. I couldn't because I would just have a job and he'll allow me to have a job and send people to me and tell me, oh, um, just tell her that if she agrees, everything will change for her. And if she doesn't agree, you know, she'll just see a change. Is it not just sex one time? And then
That
there's,
was what you
yeah,
wanted.
yeah, he'll send people to me and he'll say, oh, did God write, put meter at that thing that you don't want to give to me?
Hey.
Yeah, that's what he'll say. And he said it to my friend to tell me boldly. And then he'll send people to me. So if I say no and I insisted, he would just, before you know it, I'll just lose that job. And then he would now trigger me by putting money. Like I'm walking back home crying or doing things. I remember walking in one of the schools, the California State School, and I was walking back. I didn't have money. And he knew I didn't have money. He knows all my movement, and he had a lot of money placed on the street. This is not Nigeria where people are walking around now. They'll just drop their money, had money, and place it on the floor. I know that I was going to see that money. I need that money, right? And so if it's some people, they'll just take that money. But I said, I know it's you. I don't need that money. I'll just walk away and just go.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we know that this had emotional toll on you, um, and also physical because of the medical issues you were having, visiting the emergency room back and forth. Um, were there moments you felt completely overwhelmed or unsafe?
Yes, well, there was. I'll tell you this. How I got to meet Medical Monday. I went to a meeting. I was coming back from the meeting, and this stalker does not want me to go out. He doesn't want anybody to see me. He wants whatever that he says holds. And I went to pick up my son from his game, driving back. We dropped and everything. My son was behind me. And this car came from nowhere, trying to run me down, all tinted, in front of my house, by my garage, trying to run me and me especially. The car was coming for me because he always want me to know that you need to listen to me, not to anyone. And then my son was behind me yelling, stop, mom, 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 mom. We had to run inside. And I just sat down and said, what would I do? What would I do? I've done everything I need to do. And I just prayed about it and spoke to someone. And it happens in October or so. And I thought of this is domestic violence month then.
No,
And
it wasn't because you were not married and you were not in a
no, no,
relationship.
she said, Richard, no, no. I said the month was there that I should try and talk
Okay.
to seek help.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's how, yeah, that's how I got into Medical Monday. That I need to come and speak about my story. I need to go somewhere. I need to find people that will support me, mothers. But you know what? A lot of people know him in America here, in California here. They don't want to talk about him. They're afraid. They are afraid. Immediately I mention his name, people will stay away. So this cat wanted to run my enemy down. I ran inside. I said, do I call the police? I could remember it was a light blue car, all tinted. You can't see anyone in that car. And he turned around and walked away. It was later, about 3 or 4 months, that I was talking to a police officer here. He said, you would have called us. We would
Mhm.
have tracked that car. But I was like, call you again. And then you look at me like, what's
You're
she talking
crazy.
about? The same thing. And that's when I started, I wanted to move. And it, a lot has happened that I had to leave my house to go stay in a shelter. Yeah, that was too, that was overwhelming too. I had to leave my house to go live in a shelter because of this individual, because he was just getting too much and I wasn't getting help and I don't know what he was gonna do next. I'm telling you, as I'm sitting here, I have more than 12 cameras in the house that I'm staying with you right now. More than 12 cameras in this house because of this individual, because I just want to get evidence. Yeah.
And also to be safe. There's
Yes.
nothing wrong with that for your
Yeah.
protection and your son's protection.
Yeah.
So, what was the hardest or most painful part of the entire experience?
Oh, my son,
Mm,
my son, my son. It hurts me so bad saying this. I had to change his school to another school. his things were being stolen, taken away because he was really after my son because he feels that my son was the reason why I don't want to date him. My son is an athlete. He plays basketball, he plays football in his school, and there's sometimes track. There was this time I bought a shoe for him, a track shoe. He didn't use it up to 2 days and somebody took that shoe. His basketball shoe, one leg. A lot of things were really happening to my little boy. And it got to a stage he refused to wear new things. He would just allow his shoe to be torn so that if you want to take, you just take the torn shoe. This is somebody that is going to a private school. You know what that is. Other kids would tease at him, but he never cared. He knew what we're going through. But the one that hurts me most is for someone to work so hard and got into an Ivy school in America and chose not to go to that school just to stay and protect me. Should I be protecting my son or my son should be protecting me? This is someone that got an admission into one of the Ivy school in the US, where a lot of people are looking for that. Mechanical engineering. And he chose not to go, not one school, not two, not three. He chose not to go just to have a school that is closer home to protect me.
Mm.
And another one is when he was young, the police didn't know that. Because of what the stalker was doing, I moved him from another school to a closer private school home. For me to take my son to school, he will make me drive to the police department and just to see a police vehicle, before I can drop him off at school.
Mm. Did you get any support during this time for him, at least for
Yeah,
you?
he
Did you
was
feel supported?
he got there are two things that happened. He got therapy from Children's Hospital.
Good.
And there was a time because of this, I had to write to the police chief of that place. I was writing everyone seeking for help. Nobody understood. And I wrote to the chief of police of that time, and he chose one to see my son. You can see what I'm saying, that the stalker knows everything and knows people that talk to me, sees my email. He tracks my email. He gets into my email. He can read all my email before me. So on that day I was coming to see, I went to pick up my son to go to the police department. I can tell you this stalker is very wicked. As I was getting into that place, he had people and they poured something on me that was stinky and smelling. I got into the whole police department was just stinky. Nobody wants to, even the chief wanted to get me out of that place as soon as possible.
Mm.
But this is me coming from what? So he was trying to isolate me from everyone. Nobody was ready to listen to me. He was so, and that did not all go well because the police chief would have helped. But I came in there smelling, and I know that whatever that they've poured, you understand, whole police department has to clean up the whole place. It was very, very stinky. Even me going back home that day, I had to open up all my windows for days, for days. So the police refused to want to even come. Sometimes when they come, they would just want to stand outside. And so I got help from my priest too. And for him, the priest was always seeing us, my church priest that's been moved down, but those are the things that I got, and that's it. But we were strong. We
Mm.
were, but we're both strong.
Wow. Wow. it seems like something in the movies that just it can't happen in real life. Um, what is one major life lesson you learned from going through this experience?
Oh, trusting my instinct.
Mm,
When something feels wrong, I need to act fast. Because there's so many things about the man that didn't augur well. He was good at coloring facts, as old as he is. When I mean lies. And there's so many times that I caught him lying,
mm.
and that would have that was a red flag for me. But I was still somehow talking to him. I'll give you an example. Your doctor, when they suture someone, you can see the suture, right? And he
Yes.
came and said he fell, he did this. I didn't want to talk to him. And he came and he said, I just came back from the hospital. I was in the ER since morning. And they just suture my head and all that. And I looked at it from a distance. I said, there's no suture here. There's no suture here. This is lies. And then the lie about religion. I'm a Christian. Why he's a Muslim? There's nothing wrong about a relationship of Christian or Muslim, but you knowing too well that I'm a born Catholic and I don't miss church. I don't do. Um, and you tend to want to be a Christian just to get me, but you're a typical Muslim. And someone wants me, a family. Not that he wants me, they saw me doing something for my son. The son and my son is a friend. They play basketball together in the same team. And I invited them over for my son's um Christian or something for church. And they came, the husband and wife came, and then the next day, that just the next day, less than 24 hours, the woman just called me and said, my husband said you should never come to our house again. We don't
Wow.
wanna have anything to do with you because you talk to this individual. We don't want to be part of this. I was like, can you please tell me what's going on?
Mm,
So follow my instinct. That time they told me I would have withdrew, but I was like, if you really love me, if you really care about me, why didn't you just tell me the truth and then I know what to do? I don't know this man. I used to live in Nevada or Maryland. I don't know him. So why don't you tell me and then I will not say anything and I'll just withdraw. So
wow. Well, at this point, I can't help myself to thank some members, some of the Medical Mondays family who stepped up to assist. First of all, our sister who introduced you to Medical Mondays with Dr. O, um, Dr. Veronica, and Madam VP, Madam Lara Okunobi, who said on Medical Mondays that day that she would hold your hand and be praying with you. And she kept her word, praying with you. Then Sister Avaros, who deals with this thing in her nonprofit organization, day in, day out, who rendered or lent a hand. Attorney Omobolanle Babarinde also, that we were able to seek advice from, legal advice, because that's one of her, expertise. And many others on Medical Mondays, that, assisted. We're grateful. It's an amazing family here. Maybe you remember some others, but those are the ones that I remember.
I remember most of them. I remember you, but one thing I'm so scared about this individual. That's why I'm saying I didn't want to mention names, even when I said someone introduced me to you, because there's this backlash from this individual to people that helps me. That's why a lot of people tend to stay away. But I say this to him. I know he might even be online listening. He can come into this line with a known number. I've known him to be such a person. I'm not scared of you anymore, though. So if anything happens to any one of those that are mentioned, know that you're going to be arrested because he's good at doing silly things and he doesn't walk alone. Yes, a lot of people helped. Is it Eva Rose? Is it people that called? A lot of people called. Is it the lawyer? Is it the lawyer that wanted me to move in trying to get me a job in another state? Is it the senator that wanted me to come to Philadelphia and get a job that she was gonna get?
Oh yeah.
Yes, all those people.
Yes.
I think she's a professor at um Penn State or something, that they'll get my son into Penn State. A lot of people helped, but then I couldn't mention their names because he might go back and do some silly things to them.
No. The United States is a lawful country. And you alluded to something earlier on that the police here want to see evidence. It's like medicine. We want to see evidence. We want to practice research-based medicine, and it's good. So no, we've been at this, and when you came to Medical Mondays, we told you this is the time for intervention and that you'll be able to move on with your life and be able to live, an abundant life like you should. And we want to thank God that you have. And normally we will not stop to do this, but I'm going to do this. Madam Lara Okunobi, kindly unmute and kindly unmute.
Commissioner, thank you so much. Um,
Thank you. Thank you for all you have done in this process and for getting Nkechi to where she is today. Thank you.
when she's retelling the story over and over time, my heart just breaks for her
Mhm.
to see the remarkable courage that she has exhibited under this, oh man, humanly insane pressure that she had to go through. You are demonstrating what quiet strength looks like. Because I can't believe that you're still saying, like Dr. O said, she has never seen you gone crazy or break down. I can't believe that you are still saying, in spite of all of this. But let me tell you, I think that the shoe is on the other side. It is very, very clear to me and probably to a lot of the people on Medical Monday that the crazy one is this guy. This is the
Yeah.
guy that belongs in asylum. This is the guy that needs to be arrested. This is the guy that needs to be, what is the word, confined. Confined to.
Really? You're in the building right now? Kindly mute. Thank you.
This is the guy that needs to be locked up. This is clearly pervasive mental health. When you give up your life to be stalking somebody, watching every move they make, clearly you have no life. So I'm glad that you're bold. I'm happy about your resilience, that you're bold to share his name openly. No, we are untouchable. We are untouchable. We cannot deny, like Dr. O rightfully said, we cannot deny those that have helped you to gain your life back in different ways. Even people just listening and jaw-dropping story that you're telling. I can't believe. I can't believe. But it needs to be pointed out. People cannot be afraid of him. People need to confront him with this story and they need to dissociate from him. You're not the one with the plague. He's the one that has the disease and he needs to get help. Thank you so
Exactly.
much for sharing your story. Dr. O, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I want to say,
This is just before you, please, one minute. Um, this is a strong, resilient woman. who, even through all of this, completed a master's degree, has several other certifications, did not stop at what she was doing, even though she will get a job and this man will go and get them to fire her. She will still find something. Kept going. Kudos. Kudos for standing strong. I agree with Madam Lara. Kudos. The floor is yours.
Okay, I want to say something, just said something about mental health. I'll tell you how powerful this guy is, but I tell you, I've taken his power away that I'm talking today. I'm not even crying.
Mm.
I was in my house one day, and then the mental health. Anybody that stays in California knows John George. John George is a psychiatric home for people that have sort of mental issue. And somebody called me and said, "We've not seen you for your appointment, and we need to see you. We need to check you and all that." I said, "Check me for what? You're on our list." I said, "On your list, doing what?" I don't know where John George is. I hear of John George. And then this guy said to me that your name is on our list. You're on my case file, that I should monitor you. And immediately I just said to him, I said, "I have a stalker. And I think my stalker would have put my name in this." He said, "Yes, yes, 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 you're right. Yes. Are you serious? You don't know the doctor? Have you never been to any appointment at our place?" I said, "I don't know. Are you sure it's me?" He said, "It's your name, your social, everything." I said, "What?
Wow.
What are you saying?" And I started talking and crying. I said, "No, no, 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 no. I've never been there." So the guy now said, "I now calm down. When things happen like that, I'll first of all cry, but I wanted to know how to take myself out of it." And I said, "Can you please tell me why he would have put my name in that medical record, in your medical record, as your kids said?" Let me tell you this. Maybe you're calling the police. You're calling the police a lot. He's going to put your name in that. And when you call the police, it goes everywhere. There's no police department that will answer you. They feel you are having an episode.
Mm.
And then one day they will come and pick you up and bring you here. So now they're checking. I said, "What?" I said, "Oh, that's why I called the other day. They just spoke to me on the phone and all that." I said, "Yeah, he's labeling you. He's placing you in a box." So I had to quickly talk to him. I pleaded. I wrote. He gave me his email. Now I don't have my email there. He gave me his email, and he took my name off that. I was shocked that he could do that. And another one that he did, he's so powerful, but I tell you, we're going to take his power away. No woman should ever go through what I went through. I I was looking for a job. I have a lot of certificates. And one of the things I did on my own from scratch was to learn how to write Braille and read Braille. I went online instead because I wanted to work for the state. So I was learning Braille, taking classes and everything. My final class to get my certificate. And they called me and said I cheated and never gave me my certificate.
Wow.
Anything that will make me want to, improve myself or get money. And then he will just say, "You think you're so bold? You think you're so stubborn? I'll tell you, whatever I want, I get it." It's not easy. It wasn't an easy thing.
Wow. Wow. This has been an experience. Again, it feels like the movies, like it's not real life, but you lived it.
Yes.
You survived it. Thank God. What do you know now that you wish you had known in the beginning?
Um, Let me say this. If I had known that this man was as dangerous as he was, I would have done something immediately. it took me time to speak up. It took me time to get restraining order because this is my third restraining order. I was looking at it from the other side that, oh, don't do this to your fellow Nigerian. Maybe he's going to stop. This is going to be in his record that I had a restraining order on him. I would have acted fast, but I did not. But then when I look at it again, there was no way for me to ask anyone because he was monitoring me. He would just say things like, who are you talking to all those trash people? They are not in your level. Don't talk to those people. Don't ask them questions. Stay your own. Nigerian people are troublesome people. You know, at that time, I would have started asking people, but it was too late. And when I asked, people were telling me, a lot of women know him in California. They're afraid of him. Women in Odua community, they don't want to have anything to do with this man, you know? And when I knew it was too late, it was too late. And another thing was, I would have drawn the line. When we had finished that project, even the project, he didn't make it go well because I didn't let him have any sexual relationship with me. Yeah. So I would have drawn the line a long time. I would have spoken out. But I'll say this, there's nothing I would have done. Maybe that's how my path in this world to bring out this man is. Because there's nothing you can do that he doesn't know. I don't know whether he has a mirror or a camera that he uses to watch everything I do. If I talk to you today, the next day I see him or the next minute and he's not there, he'll tell me the time I spoke to you, where we spoke, what we said, without me telling him. So, and well, again, I would
His
have
name,
I would have protected my son more.
sorry about that. His name is Kende, right?
Shokoya.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. You know, some people reached out the very first time you came to Medical Mondays with Dr. O that you cannot be telling the truth because they knew him. But of course, we did further investigations and knew that you were telling the truth. And as God will have it, the Lord made it so that your present mayor even had opportunity to stand up and step up for you.
Yeah.
If you feel like sharing that experience, you can. You don't.
Yeah. I will.
You want to? Okay. If
Yes,
you want to, you
yes.
can.
Yes.
Okay.
In my city, they've never had a stalking proclamation. The city where I'm a commissioner, I did something about them having to do a proclamation. And I was to speak at that event. And when I spoke, a lot of people never believed me. They never believed me. So the present mayor happens to be the same mechanic that he has an auto shop that took off that tracker. That tracker, if I had kept that tracker, the police would have arrested him. So for me, I didn't know what a tracker was, so I had to just throw it away. I told him it's not. I'm not a criminal, so there's no need why I should be having a tracker on my car. So he was the one that spoke up for me and said, yes, I remember this lady. I spoke to her. She's not lying about the tracker that was placed in her car. Yes, she's telling the truth. And now he's the mayor of my city. He's the mayor of my city. So that also helped me for the police to somehow also believe because they try to investigate, but they don't know what to do. They've never had this kind of issue. So, but one police officer told me, they started helping later, that one police officer told me that yes, in the city, they always have a tracker on cars they place it on cars for their staff that they can track them when they take the car off the premises, and if they sent them somewhere to go do something, they can track them. So yeah, he has that connection. He can do that. And but where is the tracker? Who put it? We can't find it. That's true.
Lessons learned, right?
Mhm,
You
mhm.
know, I believe strongly in the fact that God allows people to go through when they're people he wants to use for his purpose. Because now you can be used and you're being used in marvelous ways, and we'll talk more about that. But how has this experience changed your view on safety and personal boundaries?
Personal boundary. I don't allow people to come to my house anymore. I don't
Mm.
give people food because one of the things I indulged this man was I saw him as an old man, and he was married, and he said they divorced or something. He would say, "Oh, I want Nigerian food. I'm a good cook. I don't give people my food. Even if you're there, I will not give you my food.
I'm still going to for
I
me.
don't." Yeah, I used to
I'm coming to
cook.
California.
I used to cook and give him, and he didn't give me money. He didn't give me money to cook anything. I'll just give him like a senior person in the big brother in the community. I just give him. So I don't give people food. I don't go to parties. I love to see myself engage in my community. I love to help in the community. I can't do all that. And that has spoiled my movement. Like I go to places late. I'm not saying this for him that he should come after me. If he comes out and he's doing the wrong thing, he will just get in trouble. So if you invite me to a place, I'll come there late. And there's a reason for that. I want to come in when everybody's sitting. So I just choose where I'm going to sit and look at my surrounding at all time. So I'll say I safeguard myself all the time, even when you don't have anything in mind to hurt me because of what I had experienced with this man. I have I'm having issue with trust.
Mm.
I'm having issue with trust.
We talked about counseling in the past, and one of our counselors on Medical Mondays with Dr. O actually lended a hand um, to assist. Did you take that opportunity?
No, I
Are
did
you
not.
counseling? You did not.
I did
I
not.
think
There's a
it's I
reason.
think I think
There's
it's something you need to consider.
yeah,
Counseling would help a lot.
yeah.
And, we have a few counselors on right now. See, Ava Ross is saying yes, and
Mhm.
that's one of your right hands. You know
Yes.
her. She's saying yes. She's right on the money. Counseling is very important. We have some of our counselors on the platform. I'm asking if anybody can, lend a hand. That would be fantastic because we want complete healing, 100% healing. So, Nkechi, you mentioned a few minutes ago that you'd lend yourself to community service, which you have been doing all along. What I didn't mention, and when I was actually sending out the invitation, is that you are actually a commissioner.
Yes, I am.
So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
I'm a human relation commissioner for the city of um Union City. Yes. And I've also
Fantastic.
made several posts to, I was the first student trustee for the college that made me meet this guy. I was a, judiciary chairperson, and um, I've held several posts, but I'm a community. I love doing community services. Yeah.
Fantastic. And thank you. Thank you that despite everything, you still keep giving back. Now, what advice would you give to someone who suspects they are being stalked?
Hmm. tell people, check that person, get a restraining order immediately, distance yourself from that person immediately, immediately. And then the other thing is, I found out a lot of things about stalkers. They can track you through your email. They can clone your phone. When you start seeing someone at the same place or you go to the place every time and you see at different places and you see that person, you need to watch out.
Cloning the phone, do you mean tapping the phone?
Not tapping, they can clone your phone.
Oh,
So they clone your phone and that your phone is now has a twin brother. So anything that goes to your phone goes to their phone. You understand? Yeah. So and then he was I can't see him physically in my house, but he was acting as if he was physically in the house, like making
I know,
appointments, doing
I know,
things.
I know I made you change your phone several times to
Yes,
this
yes,
one.
yes, yes, yes.
I mean, this does not make sense. Just get another phone.
Well,
Forget
yes,
that
yes,
one
yes.
because it wasn't making sense to me. So, Madam VP, Madam Lara,
Yeah,
what
yes,
do you
ma'am.
think?
I'm kind of really I'm now scared about somebody's ability to clone your phone. What do you experience when somebody clones your phone? Do you hear echo? I mean, how do we look at, because this is kind of maybe more paranoia right now because you don't know
No,
what's going on with your phone. It's,
yeah.
it's bad enough to suspect somebody following you, to now think that somebody may clone your phone. How is that possible? How can you
Even
check?
I don't know how they check, but one thing I know that I'm only gonna give you for example, not because if I start to tell you all that I've seen, you know, will not leave this place. I remember having somebody to come and repair something at my house. And I called him and we had an appointment. And I told him, I said, the time that you're coming, I'm not available. You'll come at so to time because I was doing something and I was working. So I don't want you to come at that time. And he agreed. And all of a sudden, someone went behind. The person that knows that I was at home now called the person and said, you can go home. She's at home. She's going to open the door, you know? And I started hearing bells, somebody calling, calling, calling. So I went to the door and I said, hey, didn't I tell you to come at 2 o'clock? Why are you coming at this time? You know? And then I can hear him on the phone. He was saying, they told me to come. This I said, who told you to come? I live here. This, that. Then he said, no, 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 no. I think he just called him and said, no, 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 no. Don't say that. Don't say that. I said, what? What just happened now? What just happened now? He just changed the appointment. And then there's another time, my internet, I didn't even tell you guys too, because I refused and I kept calling the police. That baffled me so much. I am telling you, a technician. So my son was refusing to accept whatever that he's telling him to tell me or something. And then all of a sudden, when we get home, my son, the internet will just go off. He can't do his homework. Every time, every time. When we just get home, the internet, somebody will just turn off the internet. Even me, I can't get to do my classwork or do schoolwork when I was going to school. So I was forced to call the internet people. They came and they said, but we didn't turn off the phone. We didn't turn off your internet. What is happening? So they had to bring like 2 or 3 other people to come into the house. Then they brought like a master person that is good at internet and everything. Then he came and he looked at it and said, oh, somebody got into your GUI. I said, what is GUI? He said, when somebody gets into your GUI, he's controlling your internet. Everything that you're doing inside your house, he's seeing. I said, what? Said, I'm not playing. Then he
Wow.
has to go back and change everything and do this. They had to remove I'm not playing with you. So somebody can clone your phone.
So, the question is, do you hear like a beep,
No, 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 no.
sound, anything
No,
that
no,
can,
just stop.
okay, we need to investigate that further because something is happening with phones these days, before connection, like like a click. I don't know if anyone else has been experiencing it that, was not there before. Um, One needs to look into that. Madam VP, we'll look into it. I'll get back to see,
Thank you. Because this is really scary. Another level. This is digital harassment.
it is.
Oh,
It is. So, Dr. Dija,
Yes, good
kindly
evening,
unmute.
Doctor. Oh, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Even before AI went into this craziness, as far as the cloning, I have an uncle whose wife had worked with a phone provider in the past, and whatever knowledge of how they do what they do, you won't believe that whatever a husband does, she knows. Text messages, everything.
Wow.
Yes. As I'm speaking, they're going through a divorce. So you can imagine. Now, what Ms. Nkechi was saying, that you don't hear a beep or none of that. Not that he hears a beep. Like, she felt the guy knows everything as if they lived in the home together. It's when my uncle will figure out, like, how did she know? Oh, who did you send money to? Oh, why did you do this? Simply because everything goes also onto her phone. So honestly, it's scary. It is really scary, like Madam CEO said, and
Wow.
investigations will help us unravel.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Madam Lara, and
It's really
Dr.
crazy.
Dija,
Yes, ma'am.
and everyone else on the platform, please look at the chat box. Dr. Ajay had posted how to check, and signs your phone may be cloned. It's right there.
uh-oh. Can you copy and send it to me? Because I'm driving. I'm not able to
Okay,
see the chat.
I'll send it to you now.
Oh boy.
So it's right there, how to know. Please, let's protect ourselves. Let's make sure we do these checks because you never know. It may not even be for stalking. It may be for something else, for some other reason. This is very important.
So just anybody can do this crazy. So even your employee can do this crazy. I mean, Jesus.
I don't know. Technology. As we are advancing in technology, we're getting the greatness of technology. We also have to be aware of hackers, harassers, cloners, as we're finding out tonight. That is new on me. Nkechi has always said that, and I always think it's tapping
Yeah, you
to
see?
our phone. So it is cloning indeed. Thank you. Sister Ava Ross, kindly unmute.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
We're
Good.
doing well. How are you? I love the purple.
Thank you. Thank you. I was not prepared to come online, but
You look
um,
great. You look great.
thank you all. But I definitely wanted to say this. There are protections that you can use for your phones. There are covers to put on your phones to keep the signals from being able to be picked up to be transferred. Everyone has a transferable link on their phone, especially now because of the fact of the phones being able to tap each other and transfer information, everything. So um, it's important to have that information to understand how to stay safe with it. I'll send in some information for you. I'll include it as well as send it to Dr. O. Excuse me, but it is so important to know that technology is one of the biggest areas for individuals being stalked. There are different emails that you can use. There's one called Proton Mail that has a very secure user platform, as well as there are things called like VPNs that will block your security access for your computers, for information for hackers to be able to get in, and information that won't go out as well. So there are ways that you can secure yourself But unfortunately, excuse me, in this day and age, there is a lot of information being transferred. The most important thing to do is to always make sure you're protecting yourself, make sure you're protecting your emails. Individuals send things out so easily. And unfortunately, Gmail is one of the number one hacked emails out there. A lot of people, that's why a lot of people still use AOL accounts because they don't get hacked as much as Gmail and Yahoo does. But if you want it, if you need a more secure, free platform, you can use what is called Proton Mail as well. But individuals can gain access to your computers, to your phones, especially if it's a significant other, somebody who has very close contact with you and close proximity, where they can gain your phones. They can download software that can track and watch everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much. Kindly post those on the platform for us. That
Okay.
cover. I remember VPN. You said that. I have
Yes.
VPN, yeah. And the different emails that are safer to use.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
thank you for your support of Nkechi when she was going through.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome and congratulations to you. But I still say, listen to Dr. O,
Yeah, I will.
get
I
into therapy and understand this. There is no destination to healing. You will have a continuation throughout your lifetime of healing. So don't get in there and thinking once you're done because you're never done. As long as you're living, you will continue to heal.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. So, Nkechi,
Ma,
what are the warning signs people should pay attention to early to know that they had been stalked? And what you already talked about steps to take to protect oneself if they feel unsafe. You already talked about that. But what signs should people pay attention to let them know early that something is wrong? And what mistakes should people avoid when dealing with a stalker?
okay. One is, say you're on the phone and you're calling somebody, and that person is stalking you. If it happens to call you the same time that you're calling people and wanting you to drop your call, always be saying, "Oh, it's so urgent. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you." Keep repeating calling. When you text and say, "Oh, I'm not available. I'll call you back later," and that person is calling, calling, calling. When somebody is very forceful, very aggressive, very controlling, a narcissistic person is a stalker. They want to be in charge. Somebody's always want to be in charge. They're always correct. They don't want you to talk. They have ideas to everything and plan for everything. You need to keep a distance a little bit. Somebody that wants to call you in the middle of the night or wake you up in the middle, want to be the first and last person to talk to you. Stay away from that person.
Mm.
Yeah.
When you are not married to them
When you're not
and
married to
you
them,
are not dating
no,
them.
you're not dating them.
So they can be the first person you talk to and the last
the
person.
last person there, and then he'll call middle of the night. That one is the most annoying thing. I'm here, or you're watching something, you'll just say, "Oh, me too, I'm watching this thing that you're watching, or
Oh,
um,
wow.
I'm not going anywhere too. I'm at home, or wants to be part of you." No, 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 no. Draw the line, draw the line, draw the line.
How can someone remain strong emotionally when they feel targeted? Because you remain strong even when there was nobody to support, nobody believed you. People thought you were crazy. They were saying it to your face that you were crazy. Um, how does somebody remain strong emotionally through that?
I'm a very prayerful person. when you mean prayerful, and then the stalker knows too, I'm a very prayerful person. And I'll say my son, yeah, my son,
Mm.
because I don't want my son to be statistics if something happens to my enemy. I had to
So
stand strong.
hello, anything can happen to your enemy.
Anyway, yeah,
Because
but
they're
I want
supposed to be
to,
your enemy, but you don't want any bad thing to happen to you.
yeah, but I want to be strong for him
Yeah.
because he can feel my energy because he's already afraid of what is going on. And I had to hold my head high for him. It wasn't easy though. It wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't easy. But I will always say this too. I was a tomboy. My tomboy helped me somehow because I was always in the midst of tough men that I'll be the only girl and they'll do some things that they are military people or something. And I think that also gave me some kind of courage because if not, I don't know where I would have been because he was doing everything that will break me and trying to force me or lure me into laying down with him or doing things and saying I accept or I give up at this time. So when you're a uniform person, you don't give up, no matter how hard it is. When you're a strong man, you don't give up. You understand? You keep holding on. So I think that also helped me. But I would say my son, because my son didn't have anybody. My son did not have anybody. And when I needed help too, I went to try and talk to someone and say, talk to your ex. Maybe your ex will help to protect you and him. But my ex did not help me. He said, you know what you did with the man. Please mind your business. That also triggered me and say, no, I need to stand up and not ask anybody and stand up for myself.
So, what do you want the public to understand about how serious stalking really is? I
Oh,
mean, if we have not learned enough from our last speaker, then
stalking.
maybe we can learn some more.
Oh, sucking is
Okay.
dangerous. They can kill. They are very, very dangerous. I would tell you this, if there's any way I'm pushing seriously that a stalker should be a registered offender. Like we have the sexual offenders, they should be registered in America. Not just in America, in Nigeria too. It is very, very extremely dangerous. They will go to any land and they are smarter than us. They are very smarter than us. There are so many things they plan ahead of you. I will tell you this, and they know how to play their game. This will shock everyone. I was in my house studying. This stalker came. I have an exam, and he came into the house and he lured me to go get water for him. For me, I don't drink coffee. I drink Pepsi. It keeps me awake and can stay up all day studying if I drink Pepsi. I had my cup Pepsi in the can. The stalker said I should go get him water, and I went to get him water. Little did I know that he added something in my drink.
Mm.
And immediately he stood up and left the house. I didn't really see him drink the water, but he came for a purpose. You know why I'm sharing this story? I'll tell you. So he left. When he left, all of a sudden my body started feeling some I had the urge for sex from nowhere. And then you know what? He called me himself because he didn't want to be arrested saying he raped me. But he wanted to record me to say I told him to come. Then he said to me, he called me on the phone and said, can I come now? Come and do what? You see how I said they plan ahead. They are very, very smart. You got to be very careful. And I said to myself, come and do what? Then I now remembered the water and I looked at the water. I said, what? He didn't drink the water. He had a plan ahead. So if I say if I tell him to come now, he will not be arrested for rape. I invited him over to have to be sexually intimate with me. Immediately I hung up my phone and I had to turn that phone off because he kept calling and I was in a different mood, in a different mode. It is a different state of mind. I don't know what he put in that drink. For 3 consecutive days, I was just off the hook. I'll tell you, I didn't take my son to school because I don't know how I was feeling. I was just all over me. It was just like, oh, sex, sex, sex. Like, this has never happened to me. They are ahead. Yeah, they're ahead of you. They are ahead of you. And another one thing, please give me a few minutes because I really want to bring this man out. I was trying to rent a place for my parents in Nigeria. How I got to know I wanted to rent a place for my parents, I didn't know.
Yes, you do. The phone.
The phone.
The phone.
And yeah, at that time, he now said, oh, he has a place and everything.
But then you didn't know.
No, I didn't know then. I now rented the place from him. When I rented the place from him, do you know that renting, I paid him money. I paid him money. And then the story in America was, oh, he even helped you, gave your parents, your poor parents, home to live in Nigeria, and you're telling us that he's not your boyfriend. He knows all your family. Your parents are living in his house. So what are you saying? What even the police are saying, what are you saying? You guys are dating, you're lying. He had even written in my report that we were dating just because we had a fight. I'm denying him. I have to amend that report. So I tell you, they are ahead of us. You got to be very, very, very careful with them. With all these people that have plans, you might be a nice person and be nice to them, but they're ahead of you 10 times before you even know what is happening. So we need to be very careful I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Be
Dr. TJ
very
lose my
careful.
mind. She says, OMG.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, he's ahead of me. Even a lot of people till today was like, what are you saying? I had a Yoruba man. There is a president of all. He's also like a big brother that came and said to me, he said, hey, what are you saying? You dated this man. What are you saying? He said, okay, I want to prove this to you. I want you to prove this to me. You're gonna try and call him in front of me. When you call him in front of me, that's when I'm gonna have. I say, yeah, I'm gonna call him in front of you. And I called him. He was so surprised. And I said, hey, he said, who is this? I mentioned my name and I said, come, were we in any kind of relationship? Did I date you? Do I know where you live? He said, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. He just hung up the phone. And that man said to me, you are telling the truth. If you had dated this man, and that's what we're hearing everywhere in California, that you dated him, you used to enter his car. Yeah, I used to enter his car. I even gas his car. If he takes me anywhere, I gas his car. He will collect money for gas. So we need to be very careful. Who we talk, it's a bad thing. It's a very life-changing crime that we all need to find a way to make a change, that these people called stalkers should be a registered offender.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Why do you believe many people misunderstand or underestimate the crime of stalking? I have ideas, but I want to hear yours.
I've given you some example now that a stalker that I don't know whether everyone here, most of us are Nigerians, right? Right? You have
No,
somebody that has,
no,
well,
we
some of
mixed.
us,
We are very mixed.
meaning, yeah. So let me say this. You have someone that has vandalized your car and he knows what he's done. And then you're trying to fix that car. He comes and you need to go to some place and he gives you a ride. And take, for example, you're going to Ojuelegba, like, or you're going to, you're going to somewhere that's like a mile from here, from wherever we are, right? Just a mile. And that person that you'll get into his car takes you round and round and round and round and round. And people are seeing you in that car. Why would they believe you that you don't have any relationship with that person?
Mm.
Or someone, I remember when I was graduating, I invited people. He's spoken to these people and threatened them not to attend my graduation. Did I know? I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. I did not know. I just saw that those people did not come to my graduation. I thought maybe they were busy. It's graduation time. Maybe they attended another graduation, but not knowing that they've been threatening not to come, that he doesn't want people around me. But they see me and him, but they never believed. Nobody would ever believe that I never dated him. I am telling everyone on this platform right now that I'm still saying it. I don't know where he lives. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. But he tried to trick me to his house too. Like we're going somewhere, say, oh, that's my house there. Just let's go, let's go. It's just a few minutes. I said, what are you saying? I didn't come to this place to go to your house. I need to go to where I'm going, or just park the car and I'll drop with my son. And I'm going. I can be very stubborn. If I don't want something, I don't want it. So people, please investigate very well. If somebody is telling you something, it is not what you see outside that matters. Is what the real truth is, to find out from that person or call both parties and find out. So that's why a lot of people don't believe. And stalkers, they are smart people. They are smart people. I'm not playing with you. They are smart. They are genius, because the way they play their game, they know how to manipulate people. They have this mindset that is quite different from a normal person. These people are mentally insane, and they can go to any length to want to have their way. So if somebody can go to that any length, they are more like, I would say, they're genius, because you would doubt that story. Even when I am the victim, but I became the suspect for more than 10 years. I am the victim, but I became the suspect for more than 10. That is how they play their game. They know how they are ahead of us.
Hmm. Thank you so much for that. I also think that a reason will be because stalking is not something in people's radar. Domestic violence is easier to relate to understand better. But when it comes to stalking, I mean, it's something that people don't think about, I think. Also, maybe another reason why it's misunderstood or underestimated um, as a crime. So I know that when we met and you were going through, we actually wanted to move you to Philadelphia because Pennsylvania would take you in a heartbeat. They need teachers. You are so well-rounded, and you're so educated. Your teaching skills is amazing, or they are amazing, not is even. They are amazing, and I've been privileged to, get a lot of insight and to see things that you're doing for our younger generations to come. So we wanted to move you to Pennsylvania because of the law that was passed on the floor there to bring teachers in, and we thought it would be part of the solution and part of healing to take you out of that environment from California to bring you to the Northeast. But you didn't want to. You wanted to face it. So we faced it with you in many ways. And thank God the Lord moved on your behalf, and we're here today. But what kind of support should communities offer to victims?
Quick intervention, emotional support, legal protection, resources that will recover that person. I would say this, as we are talking to now, I am really pushing that stalkers are registered offenders. I'll tell you guys, I did something that will baffle everyone in this room. I wrote to our president, and he replied me.
Nice. Nice.
And I know that there's a lot of people here that are lawyers. We've had DAs here. I want all the DAs in America to join me to do something about this. There's so many women that have been killed and nobody knows their story. Dr. O, you told me to move. The lawyer asked me to move.
I begged.
She begged me. The lawyer was trying to fly in to come and get me and my son. They had a place for us to move into.
Lawyer Mobolale.
Yes, when I looked at it, I've never given up on anything. I don't start what I don't finish. And I don't want any other woman to go through what I went through, because they might not be tactical the way I am. They might not be. They might give up, because I've had the stalker said, I will slap women. They will just answer me right now. They will just follow me. Yeah, I've had him say that. And then I've had him bang the table that I had to face him and warn him, do not do that in front of me next time. And I remember telling him, I said, that's why I did not, my ex-husband, that's why I refused to marry a short man. Because if you're a short man and you do it as you are, I'll take you down. Don't bang the table at me. I'm telling you, I don't want something, and don't bang the table at me. I've had a lot of women that are afraid of this man that can't speak up the way I'm speaking. If I leave, he's going to hurt another woman. If I leave, the police will believe that I'm mentally insane, and I'll be labeled. So that's why I did not leave. So I want everyone in this platform. What can we all do? I know he's our brother in Nigeria, from Nigeria. But do we want our brother to continue to hurt women? Don't women have the right to say no? It's my body. Even if God put meter there, the meter is for me, not for any man. I choose to marry a man, or I choose to sleep with a man, is because I want to.
Yeah.
Right? So we should never allow a man, because it's from our country, to come to this country or to even be in Nigeria to intimidate any woman. So we all need to come together. If anybody knows him, I know people know him, he's very popular, to tell him what he's done to me had made me strong. And I want to put an end to his nonsense.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna say. Let's work together. Let's do something.
Yeah.
So I have a question. I'm sorry, I couldn't raise my hand because
Go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
Nkechi, are
Ma?
you ready to confront this guy?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Because if we are to be able to facilitate uh some kind of session, because we cannot hide from cultural stigma and all of this craziness. If this person truly is going through a mental breakdown, the people who know him needs to figure out a way to reach out to him to seek help.
I don't think it's going through a breakdown,
Oh, it is.
Lara.
No,
See,
No, it is power.
it is power.
And
He has a
it
power.
is power.
Yeah.
And it is the belief that he can
Yeah,
have any woman he
that he
chooses.
wants.
I know
It's
what it
different.
translates to. I'm sorry, doctors. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I know what it translates to, but honestly, subliminally, this is a mental breakdown. If you can't have one woman and then you have to go through this length of different activities to make the person feel delusional. This like the Southwest Nigeria say, Ojula Sanko. This is not, I don't know how to translate that in English.
That this is not
An
that
ordinary eye.
it's not,
It's
yeah,
not normal. It's not
it's not
normal.
normal. Yeah, it is not normal. But stalking is never normal. Domestic violence too is not normal. And I agree with you. And
But he said it
Nkechi, we'll discuss that about,
later. But he said
yeah.
it. I want to say this. He said women don't have a say. That, and I will say the way he say, "Obìnrin ò ní ẹnu." That's what he always say. And that a man, whatever a man wants from a woman, the woman has to bow to it. So it's power. He's power drunk.
Yeah. Power or no power is wrong. And there could be a mental health component. Actually, no, I take that back. There is mental health component. Narcissists,
Finally, there is. It's gotta be.
narcissists have, oh my gosh, don't let's go there. So, Madame Lara is right. And people who know him, you're right. He's a Nigerian, so it's easy to get him to come to a forum, maybe not Medical Mondays with Dr. O, to address this and see what kind of help we can get him. Because we have resources, we have people who can help if he's willing to accept the help. So thank you so much, Madam Lara. Appreciate that input. So I was going to ask you before what message you would like to send to lawmakers regarding stalking laws and protections, but you have beat that over the head. I'll leave that alone. So moving forward, how has your life changed since this experience?
I am trying to rebuild my sense of safety, strength, identity, healing slowly. But it hasn't get there because one way I want to fulfill my son's dream. I want my son to feel safe that if he leaves me behind and go to college, that I'm safe. And
Doctor, sorry. I keep speaking because I can't see the thing. I can only see my speaker. Based on what, is it okay, Dr. O, to go ahead?
yes, ma'am.
No, I'm asking Dr. O. She's the moderator.
Okay, sir.
Dr. O, is she there?
My party cut.
She cut off? Okay. So let me ask you, because it looks like a bigger victim here is actually your son. who unfortunately did not ask for this,
He did not.
and it's not even at any age where he could fight back or defend himself. For somebody to be stealing his shoes and making him feel cuckoo, I mean, like he doesn't know what he's doing or feeling inadequate. Somebody who has such a great future. How is he dealing with this right now?
Um, to me, there's this word he's always saying, just say to me, because I brought him up in a Christian way, said, this is our pathway. This pathway has caused us pain, and this pathway has made us meet a lot of people. And this pathway has taught me a lesson. The lesson that I'm going to live with when I grow up.
Mm.
So, and now he is very careful. He watches who he gets close to and what he says and who he allows into his life. So
Does he have friends?
he does, yeah. He does.
Okay.
He does.
Does he socialize? Does he have social life? Does he go out?
Yes. He does go out. He has some very, very close friends, very
Okay.
extremely close friends.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. You're on the path to recovery, in so many ways. So, and the Lord will see to it
Yeah.
the perfection.
I was
Welcome
saying,
back.
I was saying, powerful friend. Thank you so much. I muted on purpose because I
Oh,
saw
sorry.
that. Thank you so much, Madam VP. I know that you helped me continue, so I just muted for a bit. Thank you. So, wow. I know that what has helped you to heal. No, not heal. You're still healing. I know that. What is helping you to heal is the Lord God Almighty, because you're a prayerful woman, and all those that have surrounded you since the Lord brought you to us on Medical Mondays with Dr. O. But what do you still struggle with today? Because you have not gone into counseling, and
I
you'll
struggle with
continue
a
hearing it from me.
lot. No, I'm going to go to therapy and prayer, but I struggle with a lot. I struggle with, I ask myself, how did I get myself into this mess after an abusive marriage and got myself into a stalking? I sometimes ask myself, I was in the hip hop parade girl when I was in school. I was very determined. I knew what I wanted. I knew the kind of people I talked to. How did that mistake happen? I asked myself. So that hurts me so bad. Because if you don't know, this whole thing sets me back in life. Tell me how many licenses that I have gotten, how many schools that I have gone to. It has cost me a lot of the thing. You're saying I got my master's, right? I have to take Uber. I can't drive to school. I have to have an Uber come pick me up and take me to school and bring me back when I have a car.
Without a real job.
Without a real job, I was just alone. I'm incurring bills,
Uber is not cheap.
Yeah, getting school loan to go to school, and then when I finish the thing, he would not let me. So I'm still asking myself, was I wayward to this man to do this to me? But I wasn't. How did I get
If you
myself
were
here?
wayward, you would have slept with him. It would
Yeah,
actually be a different
that's
story.
it.
So
So
that's not in the picture at all.
So that's really affects me, that why would a man just do this to me? And seeing that how we were in a situation that I never expected. I thought I was going to be married forever and happily married with my ex, and that did not happen. I felt like I let myself down. and I let my son down. So it does affect me when I sit down. So it has affected me financially too.
Commissioner Nkechi, I will tell you, you did not let yourself down or your son down. You've got to get into counseling so you can tweak these things out. You cannot take responsibility for somebody stalking you. You can't. It wasn't your fault. So you cannot own that. What do you hope your story would teach others?
My story will teach other. Never allow people into your personal space.
Never.
Somehow. Somehow don't allow people in your special personal space. Yeah, do not. I allow this individual, seeing him as an old man that had no family. Like he said, he didn't have a family, and I gave him food. Maybe the food I gave him made me like me, I don't know. And oh, hmm.
So,
Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. And justice, I'll say somehow justice too, that sometimes when we see something, we say something. I'm sharing my story for everyone to, it doesn't mean because we're from Nigeria, right? I'm sharing the story that when you see someone in our community that is doing bad, we should all come together and say, look, stop this thing that you're doing. It is not okay. Because from what I have learned from other people or people that don't want to even come out and talk is like, this man has done so many things to women and people are afraid of him. And they don't want to die. They don't want to, get hurt by this man. We should stop indulging bad things and speak out. We should speak out. We should stop harboring bad people in our community. So
great
that's why I'm
advice.
speaking, yeah.
Great advice. And Madam Lara, again, I'll say for some point. Samsung, if you're mute again and disturb this program, I'm going to remove you. I've never done that on Medical Mondays before. So, if you could speak to your past, Nkechi, if you could speak to your past self during the worst moments, what would you say?
Oh, that's a strong one. That I survived what made me, that breaks me. I survived what breaks me. That I'm strong than my fear. And peace is coming.
Amen.
Peace is coming.
Amen.
It was an easy road though, but I know peace is coming.
Amen.
Because I gave up on everything to an extent that I gave up on taking care of myself. I said, maybe because I'm pretty, or maybe because I look good, maybe because I do this. That's why this man has a fixation on me. But if I do that, continue to do that, I'm giving him the chance to feel that he can control me. Why don't I just be my normal self?
Then he would have won.
He would have won, yeah. So I think I
Dr.
survived.
O,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry. She made a comment that people have not called this guy to, how do you say, call him to order or whatever, because they're afraid to die. What do you mean die? Voodoo death or gunshot? What kind of death are you talking about?
Oh, okay. I've had people say he's voodooish. I've had people say he has people that work for him, that he uses people, that he's into a lot of cults, that I'm sorry if anyone is in the group, that he's a bully, that he's this one, that he's that one. You understand?
Okay,
And they're going to hurt the person or do something.
I see. Okay, God is in control.
Yes.
Amen. But you know what? Despite all, Nkechi, as you are healing, you went back to Nigeria on credit card
Yeah.
because you heard that the guys, the young guys in Mushin were killing themselves. Tell us about that. And when this is after now, when you started healing, and this was late last year, if I remember correctly. So tell us about that.
I grew up in Itire, that is under Mushi local government.
Just like me.
Yes. And I was a very, I'm an activist, but not a bad one, a good one. And I don't know where I got that strength from. I've always been someone that people listen to
So
when
you're the
they try.
Sorosoke group.
As yes, okay, so I'm very known in my area. I'm an Igbo girl, but you will not believe I'm an Igbo girl. I grew up in a Yoruba community. When something is happening, people will call on me. You'll see mothers calling on me, or somebody's doing something bad. They'll call Auntie Nkechi. Auntie Nkechi, I want you. This is what this person is doing. And I'll talk to that child, and that child will listen. So I could remember last year I was just here thinking about my own life, and somebody called me and said people were dying, killing themselves, youth. I said, what? What's going on? Why would that happen? These are youths. You are youths dying. No, 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 no. We can't do this. So they created a forum, and over 200 people on the forum, and I was able to talk to them. They were gang members, they were cult members, they were this one. I don't want to know whether they are cult members or all that. That's what people were saying. I don't want to know. And Nkechi, they would do this. I said, no, they don't know you. These are young people. I said, no, they will listen. So they started listening. And the killing was just too much. And the one that moved me most was a 10-year-old boy that was shot. And I went gaga. When I mean gaga, I went so upset. And I called I called the mayor, and I told him there won't be an election in that city if you guys don't do something. And they were like, you can't say that. I said, I can't say what? What are you telling me that I can't say? People are dying and you're saying they should do election? You had to do something. And then the police are trying their best because I kept calling the police department. I kept calling, and then the police are saying, we don't have a car. We don't have a car we don't have a patrol vehicle to go around and patrol. Honestly, before you know it, within 2 days, they donated patrol vehicles, and I kept talking to the boys, and they said, Auntie Nkechi, if you really want to help us, if you love us, you got to come out here and talk to us. Not talking from abroad. And I went. I didn't have money. This is me. I don't have money. I'm paying credit now. I'm paying credit card. I had to change my flights several times. And I stayed there, and God helped me. It's not by my power though. And I spoke to a lot of people. I will say this, anybody that is in Lagos, you need to really appreciate this Commissioner of Police, Lagos State. That man is working. That man, there was no time I called him that he did not answer me from here. As the area commander, everybody joined me and we were able to make changes. Machine is now dying down a little bit, but we still need help. I want you all to know that the youth is not them. It's not them. all of us somehow fail them. I fail them too. Because these youth that are being used or that are causing all these troubles, it's not them. They are from baby boomers. They don't have helpers. They need help. If they have jobs, if they have skills, nobody can use them. They won't go fight. They will not. So, and that's why I went out. I went to see things myself. And when I went to see things myself, it is really pretty bad. I am seeking and I'm begging everyone in this platform, if you know any way that we can all help come together and help this youth. I was able to go talk to the military base, the Army Resettlement Center. This is something they never do. They don't train civilians. The military don't train civilians for job acquisition. But I was able to talk to the general, and he agreed to help me to train this young men. Barber, skills like barber, mechanic, tailoring, printing, over 15 or 20 skills. And they requested money. The money they are requesting is not for, it is not for material. It's for materials. It's not for training. They're not charging them for training. But tell me I'm not as rich as that to pay the money. So I'm seeking you guys' help. A lot of them died. Yeah, a lot of them died. May their soul rest in peace. And then
Well,
recently, another one happened too. Was it last week? One of them was also killed. And they're looking at me to help them. Please help me. That's all that I can say.
yeah, some of us we have some of us contributed, and we're now down to $5,000 that is needed. Correct? Is it five thousand or 7,000?
$1,000, yes. So,
$5,000 that is needed. So if anybody wants to, assist, that'll be great. Madam VP, kindly unmute.
Thank you. Nkechi, thank you for sharing all of this. I'm also glad that this session is live streamed, and I hope that people pick on your praise of the commissioner and other people that have helped. Because unfortunately, from the diaspora, all we do is complain. Nothing is ever good enough in Nigeria, but there are a few good men there. You know, all this skill training and accuracy, these are things that NAPAC has done in the past and still continue to do. Even Dr. O, we went to Nigeria in December for medical mission. Is
yeah,
it over 500 people that
No, we saw over 1,000, a little over
oh,
1,000
over 1,000? Yeah,
in 3 days.
in 3 days at the Olowu Afowu's Palace, and also provided food. So, there are people that are doing good things and great things like this. But in terms of the commissioner, I would love for you to write something, just some kind of an account of all of this, and we will make sure we get it to the right people. We need to start singing their praises. The environment in Nigeria is very tough for financial reasons. But if we have people that are there and they are troubleshooting and eliminating barriers to growth, especially for the youth, we need to let them know that we support them. We're not going to be able to fix everybody's problem,
that's
but where it counts, we want to be a part of it. So please find time to write down this account and highlight those people who rose up and supported your mission. God bless you.
thank you.
Yeah, the disheartening thing is that they were supposed to have started this
A
program,
lot.
I think end of November, early December. We have the medical missions. There was a lot going on. We have somebody on this platform who gave $1,000, but anonymous giver. And we actually made t-shirts for them. I covered the costs of that, for camaraderie and stuff. But they are ready to be trained. They want jobs. It's the lack of jobs that is causing them to get into this life of crime and killing each other. But the reason I brought it up is because this is Nkechi who has gone through so much. And while healing, and thank God, I thank all of you again on Medical Mondays with Dr. Who stood up, who stood out, and who surrounded her to bring her this far. While she's still healing, she took the time to go to Nigeria and to intervene. And so thank you, Madam VP. I'm sure she will do that write-up so that we can raise these funds and get them into different programs. The programs, are like, barbing, mechanical engineering, mechanic, stuff like that. Trade is like it's trade for military that they bring in the civilians in to assist because of the situation. And we thank the officers also in command who have agreed to do that.
And the reason why I chose that place is if they are able to go to the place, they're also able to talk to them. You see young men, I mean, people that will address them and teach them how to be disciplined
No,
and
you don't even have to pitch the value of training. I mean, we can't say enough of that. But
Yeah.
give us that write up, and when you come back or when you have the opportunity, you need to let people know how much it costs to train just one person. Because adopt one, each person here can adopt one person at a de minimis price cost.
Mhm.
5,000 looks like a huge money to raise, but if somebody decides to adopt, just fast for one day or 1 week, that money, use it to sponsor somebody.
One, it
Yeah,
goes a long
because
way.
the reason Nkechi is healing right now, that in the midst of your own challenge, you decide to address other people's challenge. That's the only
Yeah.
way, that's the best way to heal. You
Mhm.
take the focus away from yourself and you're supporting someone else. So when you fast for 1 week, whatever money that you would have spent for lunch, even if it's $50, whatever, use it to sponsor somebody else. That's what we've all been called to do.
Yes.
So, but we have to make
Thank
it easier for people to comprehend and be able to act, take the next step. All
thank
right?
you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. So Haman in Britain is still up at this time, said, "You are a survivor, my sister, empowering others with your lived experience." Um, Samsung, please put your name next time so we can properly identify you. Says the Iron Lady, Mushin Peace Ambassador, Lagos, Nigeria. And this was before we talked about Mushin. So this is somebody who knows you. And they know what you have done there. We cannot underplay what you did because you went into areas that even people who are equipped with weapons and all are scared to go into. And you did it day in, day out. If that is not love, I don't know what else it is. And, a question about how it impacted your son, you have answered that. Dr. Amadou Baba Sangri said, "Did you ever get a court restraining order or contract order against the guy?" Yes.
yes, this is my third restraining order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So Auntie Tawa said, "Could you have installed a camera in your house to catch him?" She now has it. At that time, she didn't.
No, he still beats the camera. The time we talked about the GUI, when he comes in, he turn off the camera and comes in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, he put a ring on my bed. The ring is with the police. It's
Wow.
crazy.
The ring with the police.
With the
Okay.
police, yeah.
Dr. Ogunleye said you had a non-romantic relationship. That is correct.
Yes.
Because they had the relationship from school when he was, I don't know what his position was, but Nkechi was referred to him to assist in the program. And being Nigerian, Agbalagba, older man, wants to eat Nigerian food, she will cook and give it to him. Was his ex-wife a dentist?
I don't know what the ex-wife was, but I later found out that she passed away in Nigeria.
Okay. Dr. Guleye wish we can see what it looks like. I think somebody posted before that is not on social media. Victory, Dr. Ajay said, he truly appreciates your courage, Dr. Commissioner Nkechi, in sharing this. Dr. V, Madam VP, and the entire Medical Mondays with Dr. O family. Fantastic job. Is asking, do you have other children?
I only have one son.
Okay. With this violent and disturbing behavior, what plans are in place to protect your family? I think she answered that already. These are past questions, sorry. And it says it sincerely hopes this doesn't affect your son's future view of relationships. We must always trust our instincts and never dismiss red flags as jokes. And that is true. It's in counseling, please. We need him to be in counseling and for this to be specifically addressed. Dr. J is correct. This is no relationship. You did not have a romantic relationship with him, and counseling would help him to get that right. Okay. Anne said hello, just dropping by. Anne, who spoke, I think, 2 weeks ago on her experience with stalking and rape. She was actually raped. Said hello, just dropping by to see her friend Nkechi. She couldn't respond since it's very noisy where she was in a public place on the Philippines. So she's out of the country. And, please see the links that Dr. Ajay posted on how to check your my number or me number, for your phone, so that you know that your phone is not being hacked or duped or tapped or duplicated, whatever term we want to use, and contact your carrier immediately.
Cloning.
Clone, that your phone is not cloned. Yes. Please look at those things that he pasted. Check account activity also. Log into your mobile carrier account, your email, banking apps. Look for unfamiliar devices or login locations. And Sister Avaros also posted all those things she said on the platform. Please go and look for them. Oh, Sister Rika Davenport said, thanks for sharing that she had a similar experience. Oh, wow. So this thing is not as rare as one may think. So the man's name in Nkechi's case is Kehinde Shokoya Babatobi. The wife is late now. But he also goes by Kenny or Kevin. Those are his nicknames.
Elias.
Yes.
I have a question though.
Go ahead.
Nkechi, Dr. O has asked that you go for counseling.
Yes.
And I would suggest strongly that you do that. You are a beautifully gorgeous, drop-dead woman. You cannot incapacitate yourself from romantic, because you cannot with this state of mind, fear, just living in fear. And you need to move on. You need to have a life, a productive life. So take care of that wellness suggestion, and prayerfully seek a partner. Because part of the problem for women is when we are single, we are to some degree a target. Yeah, no, not vulnerable, just a target.
Mm-hmm.
Just a
Yeah,
target. Yeah.
that is true.
No, I'm not vulnerable. I will kick your butt. But but it doesn't stop you from being a
Yeah,
target.
yeah.
That to the bank, right?
That's right. To the curb. No. But but even unwanted advances, some people will just talk to you anyhow. And I let them know, I'm sorry, you're not my type. Just, you know.
Right.
But being a single woman attracts so many deplorable things. So Dr. O's has told you, get that therapy or whatever it is. So we want to come to the wedding.
No, amen.
Yes,
Amen.
we'll be there by the grace of God. So Haman in London also says that he appreciates he appreciates Sister Avaros's contribution, that he's learning so much as a man this morning here in England in the very early hours. He will be beginning a domestic violence course in March 2026. So this session is giving a familiarity in some aspects of what it is like to be stalked. And he also appreciates all the contributions in the chat and verbally. Thanks, Haman. And Sister Arika Davenport, who had similar experience, said this is absolutely a very scary experience. And Auntie Tawa said they are not genius, but a nuisance. I agree. Professor Dr. Hamadu Babasangri said, was he ever arrested for violating restraining order if there was a violation? Was there ever a violation and was he arrested?
He beat the police with his behavior. He was never arrested. He violated the restraining order several times, but he never.
But he was never arrested.
Yeah.
This third time, has he violated the
He still
restraining order?
calls. He sometimes still calls, but he will not talk.
Well, I think restraining order, they want the person in
In
your
person, they want to see the
yeah.
person and
They want
catch
to see that, yeah, it's physical. So Haman says he salutes you for your bravery and sincerity. And Dr. Ajay said, absolutely, Madam VP is right. This culture of stalking and bullying must stop in our society. Let's not only pray, but also plan for a platform to address it. It will help so many people, and who knows, he may learn the hard way and choose to change too. Exactly. I'm with you on that. Dr. Oguleye, kindly unmute. That's my girl. Please unmute.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Sister
Hello.
Nkechi.
Hello.
Um,
We just had your Kelechi yesterday and today also. I just
oh,
brought him over here. Yeah. The Kelechi.
thank, thank you, ma. Sister Nkechi,
Hmm?
go and take karate. Go and take taekwondo.
I'm a
Any
black belt
martial arts
taekwondo.
class. Eh?
I'm a black belt taekwondo.
So you don't need any man to protect you. Protect yourself. Don't go and get in some stupid relationship because you don't want to be alone, because you don't want men's eyes off of you. No, hold your own. Stand your ground. Get a pew pew. I don't want to mention the name here because they monitor social media now. You know
I
what I
get
mean, that
though.
you
I
get
get that.
already. So that's all you need, Ojari. Toba bimo
Don't listen, oh, you are beautiful. You don't listen. You have to get married. We are waiting.
Okay.
Who is talking? See who is talking. Madam VP, I'm waiting for my own invitation from your side.
Exactly. Madam VP should lead the way.
She likes to instigate.
Yes, so. Yes, so.
Atimi
So,
Atata.
thank you. Thank you. But we want Nkechi to get married again. I mean, look at her. You're young, and I'm totally for that. It's for companionship.
Then she doesn't need to get married. If it's for companionship, she doesn't need to get married.
So what should she be doing?
Oprah, get your stead man. Okay.
Ah,
I second
no,
that. Oh,
Yes. Get
no
your
marriage.
stage man. If he
Don't
misbehaves, let him
don't
go to his
listen to this soldier woman. Oh, look,
she's a soldier. You know,
soldier.
let him go back
she's
to his own
she's a
apartment if he
veteran.
misbehaves. Don't go and do any for better for worse. So
There you
She's a
go.
veteran. Sister Rosemary, what's your take?
Of course.
Uh-huh. Of course.
After you have been through it, why going through it again? Please.
No, no, no. I'm not on your side on that one. No. She doesn't have to go through
Okay.
it again. She's now strong. She knows what to look out for.
Mm.
That will not bring her, nuisances. You
There
know,
are great men out there,
there
honestly.
are. Yes. I concur. There are great men out there. And we cannot judge with, a handful of men who just need more education and need to be, I don't know, they need to be brought to answer for for actions that are not acceptable, and they need to be educated. But there are many good men out there. So somebody was
I'm
asking,
sorry, Doctor O. I mean,
yeah,
because if we don't change that mindset, we will then be instilling fear in our children that they can't get married because of things like
exactly,
that. No, but we
exactly.
can't. Yeah.
Can't do that. Yes. So somebody was
Ma-
asking,
ma-
I'm
when is the
sorry. I'm
next?
sorry, ma. She's not a child. She's been there, done that.
Okay,
I would
okay,
not advise a young woman, an unmarried maid, in the same way I'm advising her. I won't. But she's been there, done that.
okay. You know what?
Even the young
Like you
ones.
said, she's a grown woman and she can make her own decisions. She will make those decisions. She's listening to you. She's listening to Madam VP. She's listening to our counselor, Rosemary, and myself. Yeah,
Well, this goes for everybody, whether you're young or old. Make sure you take care of yourself. You find your own identity before going out there to look for a partner. Very, very important because you're making a lifetime decision.
correct.
All right.
On point, 100%.
Good.
On point. Thank you. So
Welcome.
somebody was asking, when is the next medical mission? It's December 16, 17, and 18. And with that, I'm going to ask Professor Dr. Amadou Babasangre to please unmute. Kindly unmute. Fantastic. You have the floor.
Okay, I want to thank the lady that did the presentation. Actually, I did domestic violence education for a while before I went to the academic field as a professor of criminal justice and sociology. I still do actually domestic violence, and I work with people here in the Des Moines area. Now, what I was trying to point out is the idea that you're advising her to go and seek counseling. And I understand just a common thing that people have. My observation that I understand she's the victim, and I think she seems strong. And she has when you go to counseling, sometimes it becomes a different, it takes a different dimension. So you have a lot of sisters here in this Medical Monday, like Dr. O, you've been talking to her and others. I think that there's no greater counseling that you have your own people that you share, you talk to every day to help you cope with the situation rather than going to a stranger. So that's my observation. You guys are been great friends. You've talked to her, she listens to you guys, and you have heard her stories. You could be form even a support group rather than going outside for a counseling. That's just my observation. The other person, definitely the perpetrator, may need the counseling because it seems like he has some kind of off balance, deviant, what I call deviant behavior. So he may be the one that need the counseling, but I don't know. I mean, it's up to her if she wants to do that, but you guys are here for her. I think that you should continue to extend that support so that she could cope and stay strong. And I think she's a strong person, to the fact that she's still working with other in Nigeria with youth. So she's strong. I don't know, she needs counseling too. Counseling sometimes, in my field in social sciences, sometimes they're easy to label you and then stigmatize you. And that's why I encourage people to just go counseling because they want to talk to somebody. It becomes a label and then a stigma, and then actually it also makes her case sometimes it does not help much, because then it will be a point of reference that, oh, you went for a counseling when you this
Oh
and
my
that.
God.
You know what I mean? So this is
Mm.
I'm a clinical sociologist, and that's the way we look at things. We say, hey, you have sisters here, you have brothers here. Talk to them about your issue, just like you would talk to a counselor outside. But in this case, you don't have a label, a record. Just my opinion. Thank
God.
you. My
Thank
observation.
you so much.
Gee.
I want to just, Sister Rosemary, I'll
Mm.
let you speak right after, because I have two hands raised, but I'm going to let you speak because I know it's direct response to Prof. Prof, counseling and mental health are stigmatized in our community, and we've been working hard, especially on this platform, to destigmatize them and to educate our community. Counseling is totally not what you think. Yes, she has our support, and we're going to be there for her continually. But she needs one-on-one counseling. And I'm going to hand over to Sister Rosemary on that point.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prof. I understand what you're saying. Definitely, she needs people around her, but there are some issues because she has gone through a whole lot of trauma, and there are some issues that needs to be dealt with. Otherwise, she's going to keep on attracting the same type of people. The common denominator right there is her. So, you know, as much as you see that she's strong, we're all strong, but guess what? We all have gone through a whole lot and we need that counseling. Some things needs to be addressed before she can be able to move forward completely. That's my own take on it. Thank you.
Excellent.
Can I respond a little bit?
Yes,
I understand. I
yes,
think
you
you
can.
guys understand where you're coming from. And as somebody said that, yeah, counseling has been stigmatized in our community. I can tell you though, is when you go to a counseling or work on mental health, uh, you're already stigmatized. So the moment you are labeled, you are already stigmatized. It comes with the stigma. How they treat you is one thing, but you're already stigmatized. People should know that. So, two, well, I'm not saying that, I mean, talking one-on-one, okay, she's going to be sharing her story as she has already shared here. And having shared here and shared with a lot of people, and I think she has taken steps to deal with it, to try to be strong by writing to the mayor, to the contact with the politicians. Then I think also that she's making a step by herself to be strong, and she is getting stronger. Going to a counseling, and I understand the fallacy is that it is a stigma in our community, but it is a stigma everywhere. That's the reality, because it becomes again part of your record. And that's what I don't know whether people understand that. It's like a police arrest you, you go to it is going to be in your record that you were arrested, and the same is going to be in your record that you went for a counseling. Whether it was good or bad, it's still there, which is kind of, in translation, it puts a question mark about your mental state. And that is what, for us, from a clinical sociology, we look at it that way. So we encourage family interaction, friends. And to me, she has a lot of friends, talking with the police commissioners and other people. I think to me, that may help her heal. And so.
Prof, thank you so much. I'm going to move on from there. We're going to get her counseling because she needs it. When she was talking to commissioners and police and all of that, she had not healed. She talked to everybody. She didn't heal. She was, when we met her last, is it 2 years now? She was devastated. She needs counseling.
That's a trauma,
But
yeah.
we can talk about this off record because I need to still address some other people, and time is of the essence. I was saying, I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulty because of where I am. So I was saying that Nkechi's foundation is Yeti Foundation, and thanks, Sister Florence, for posting that in the chat box. Her PA in Nigeria is here and has his hands raised. Please unmute. Has been wanting to talk. Prof did not let you talk. Oh yeah, unmute. And welcome. Thank you for staying up so late to join this program. We appreciate your presence. You have the floor.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say something.
And I can see that NEPA is at work. Oh, they've taken electricity.
Yes,
Hey.
yes. Now we are in Nigeria here.
Sorry.
Yeah. So what I want to say something about what my mentor, my mother said earlier. Mrs. Nkechi is a very strong woman, and we call her the Iron Lady in Nigeria here. The time that we are having crisis in Munshi here, I was the first person that contacted her. They joined me with her, and I spoke to her. Mrs. Nkechi was in America, but she was trying all her best for doing what we want, which we have the House of Representatives, we have the Senate, we have the House of Assembly, we have the chairman, we have the CDAs. No one do anything about it. No one did anything about it. No one did what she did when she's in America before she came down to Nigeria. She has to speak to that boys that are fighting each other. She has to make a way for us to go and see the Commissioner of Police. I spoke to Mrs. Nkechi one day that this thing is getting worse, and I think you are the only person that can do this to us, and may Allah help you for that. If you really want to help the local government, that's Mushi local government, Nigeria here, Lagos, Nigeria, you have to come down from America. We don't know how much she spent for her tickets down to Nigeria. We don't know what she's doing in America here. She leave it and came down to Nigeria for her to just make peace in Munshi. She's not fighting for any political. political post.
Mm.
She's not fighting for her pocket. She's just have the passion. She's doing it for the sake of God and for the sake of the community to have peace. And all of the suddenly, Mrs. Nkechi came to Nigeria. I was very surprised. I was very surprised when she called me on video call. She was in airport. I said, wow, God, what kind of woman is this? But I just put it on my mind, she's a God sent to us.
Mm.
And she came down to Nigeria. Immediately she came down to Nigeria, she didn't have a rest for one day before she started making a move. Immediately she makes a move, which I don't even know she make it. It was later she called me to come and meet her. I went to go and meet her at no, sorry. She came down to come and meet me in my community. I was so surprised when she told me that she's coming. Ah, no, mommy, let me come and meet you. She said, no. She came down to community and hear from us what's happening. From there, she started making. Mrs. Ekiti has spent a lot of money that no one supports her. Even the local government chairman, even the House of Representatives, even the House of Assembly, no one supports her for what she did.
Mm.
She organized a show of force movement, which I still have the video here.
Mm. Mm.
The area commander did not support her. The chairman did not support her. She used her money to do everything, and she's not fighting for any post. If a person like this will do this, why you, the politicians that we voted for you, cannot do this?
Mm.
And for all these things she has done, which we have peace in our community now, we still have it now till date.
Mm.
Many people, many people have achieved from what she did and still achieving even today. Today we had a meeting today with the National Youth Council of Nigeria. They awarded the chairman of the movement to make peace, that's Amani. Through who? Through Mrs. Nkechi. If
Mm.
she didn't organize this peace talk in Mushi local government, call all of them together in one seat, there won't be this. And the community was organized at the peace talk, which she was the one that even said they should go and organize a meeting between them and make sure they have a peace in the community. I was part of the I was part of the movement. That's Mushine One Love. The National Youth Council of Nigeria have to award him for what he's doing. Through who? Through Yeti Foundation, the CEO, Mrs. Nkechi. Only God can pay you what you did. Only God can pay you what you did. And everything happens for a purpose. As my mom said, Dr. D.O., put everything to God. Put prayer. Continue praying. And the praying you are praying is the one working. God is working. God is with you.
Amen.
Please, I'm using the advantage to call all the people from Mushi to assist this lady. She's trying enough. She's trying a lot. And I've learned something from her. when you put something, never give up on it. So far as it's a good thing, God is with you,
Amen.
and God will help her for what she is doing, and God will fulfill her promise by the grace of God. Thank
Amen.
you very much.
Thank you so much. Abdurrahman Mohammed,
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. We appreciate you, but I have a message that I want you to
Thank
convey
you, ma'am.
to the young men and women in Mushin, that they should please be patient. Nkechi is trying, we're trying. I'm glad you have been on the platform and you heard Madam Lara. By the grace of God, we will raise the money, but we need them to stand down. We need them not to kill each other again, because one happened last week and we understand because they're waiting. Tell them not to feel abandoned. Nkechi has not
He's
had
a
a good
cousin
night's
brother
sleep
to me.
since she came back. I can tell you
He's
that.
a cousin brother to me.
It's a cousin,
That is a cousin brother to me.
the person who was killed.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Third year Polytechnic Loa.
So sorry.
Yes, Casina.
So
He was in
sorry.
300 level.
The 300.
May the Lord comfort
Yes.
and console you all. May the Lord console you. May His
Amen.
soul rest.
Amen. Amen.
We don't
Amen.
want
Thank
that
you,
to
ma'am.
happen again. Please, I know you
By
met
the
this
grace of God.
morning. Put the word out that you were on this platform, Medical Mondays with Dr. O. It's on YouTube. They can watch it, or they can go to Facebook. You can go to Facebook or YouTube and watch this over again because it's streamed live. Tell them to please be patient with
Thank you,
us.
ma'am.
The money will be raised, they will be trained, and they can now become productive citizens. No more killing. Tell them Dr. O says no more killing. Okay?
All right, ma'am. By the
Okay.
grace of God.
Thank
They
you.
have even arrested 4 people of them.
Good. Good. Please tell them to be patient. Okay?
Okay,
Okay?
ma'am.
Thank you. God
All right,
bless you.
ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have a,
ma'am.
have a blessed morning because it's morning over there. Yeah.
Amen. Thank you, ma'am.
So going back to the chats, my son said covering is companionship and protection. And that is right on the money. Sister Avaros said, heal first. Take 2 years. Learn and love yourself first. Nkechi, did you hear that?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
She said, heal first. Take 2 years. Learn and love yourself first before getting into a relationship. Dr. Ajay says, your wisdom, knowledge, and beauty deserve to be multiplied and passed on. Everyone is right. Don't bury your moment. On point, Pastor. Dr. Ogule, she's military. Put that into consideration. Oh. When you are thinking of, it's our advice to you. She said Madonna complex needs to be addressed. Okay, I'm going to have her address it at another session. And Mohammed Abdurrah, Dr. and Dr. Ajay said their condolences to you and everyone in Mushin, everyone involved. And Haman from London is talking to you now. He said, good of you to join the stream and explain the impact that the commissioner has had in the region of Nigeria where the work is being carried out. It will be interesting how long it will go on without the intervention of those in office and the politicians. And I agree. Maybe once the politicians and those in office see the good of this and the calm, maybe then they'll join in. It can happen that way. He says he applauds you for speaking out as a young, channeling your energies as a young man, channeling your energies in a positive manner despite the barriers that exist. He said, stay safe, young man, and hold firm in your beliefs. And we pass on our condolences to the person who sadly passed, to you guys, because he passed. He said you should stay blessed. And yes, please, Abdurrahman, stay safe, okay? You are a leader in that community, and we need you to be safe, okay? Thank you. Nkechi,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
you're welcome, darling. Thank you. We have, geez, it's been an amazing session. And thank you. Thank you for coming back to update us on where you are. And by the grace of God, the Mushin boys will be well taken care of by God's grace. And Mushin will become an amazing new area, safe area. Professor Amadu Babasangri, he's your fan. He said, Dr. Nkechi is a strong woman. Stay strong. And I agree with him. I concur. Thank you, Prof. Nkechi, what would be your last, what would be your parting words for us before we meet next week?
But
Next
before,
week, we're going to talk on taxes. Please, everybody show up, bring everyone you know. Taxes is very important because it's killing people's behinds and people are crying. So I said, okay, let's bring the tax guru. It's part of our health. So, Nkechi, I pass it on to you.
yeah, before I go, I wanted to say something about what the professor said. If no one knows here, I do have a degree in criminal justice and law enforcement and correction in the US. What the professor is saying is somehow true. When you're going through such a situation and you're calling the police all the time in your same therapy, you're going to be labeled. And that is the more reason why I choose not to do that. Because if I get into that therapy, except if it's a private therapy that is not recorded, that I'm talking to one person daily, you understand? If not, all those records as people go to therapy and all that in the United States of America, they can see all that. And that is why that stalker had the guts to go put my name in a mental health place so that the police would not listen to me.
But
So
Nkechi, me, I'm in therapy. My therapist is
and your own
on
is different because you don't have any situation like this. So
my therapist just spoke. I'm a physician
yes, ma'am,
and
I
I'm in
know.
the terrain,
Yeah,
and
I
I
know.
can tell you that people, especially in your position, are expected to be in therapy. Has nothing to do with the police.
No,
And
no,
guess
mommy,
what?
go and ask. We can have a police officer. We can have someone that knows the law very
No.
well
Can I
to come
explain
in.
something? Can I explain something? We have something called IPA.
Yes, ma'am.
Your counselor, your therapists protect your records, and they must. It's a must. It cannot be divulged unless you give permission. And what you are talking about is totally different. Where you went to put your name that you're talking about is totally different. That's mental health, inpatient setting. That is totally different from counseling that we're talking
I
about.
went to counseling and the counselor was telling me, only you is going through this. Only you. Are you sure you're not seeing something? Are you sure you're not paranoid? Are you
Then
sure you're not?
that's not the right person
So
for
that's fine.
you. That's another thing. Thank you for saying that and for bringing that up.
That, yes, so
See,
yeah, that's
all
fine.
therapists are not the same. Like all human beings are not the same. You have to find your match, somebody you gel with. If you go to counseling and you don't gel, then that's not the person for you. It doesn't mean they're not good. It means that they're not the person for you. Then you need to find another one until you find synergy. So therapy is very good. It's important. Most of us should be in therapy, but because of the stigma, people don't go. Your records are protected. Give us your parting word. Leave that alone. We can talk
Okay.
off record. It's 10 o'clock.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say
Yeah.
thank you to everyone. I really want to say thank you. It wasn't an easy journey for me. I want to thank God firstly that I'm alive today. There's so many women that had gone through this that would have passed away, and nobody will hear their story. So first of all, I'm grateful. And I'm so grateful for all of you that stayed to listen to me. You all gave me courage, if you don't know. Remember the last time I spoke, or the second time I spoke? I was all over the place. I was crying. Yes, I was in deep trauma. But today, I am not doing so because I'm stronger because of all of you here. You gave me hope. You're telling me not to give up. You tell me to move on, that I'm better than that. So there's a saying that what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. So this whole situation made me stronger. And with you guys also, I've become more stronger and a little bit free with myself. So I want to say thank you for giving me your 2 hours to listen to the same woman you've seen about 2 times. May all God bless you all. But the last thing I want to say, please, please, when somebody's telling you something that is happening because you're not wearing that person's shoe, you understand? Stop doubting that person. Stop saying that cannot happen. Yeah, is it only you that thing is happening to? You understand? Please, it might not happen to you for a reason, but it happened to another person for a reason. So please stop judging people. Let's try and help each other. Let's try and support each other. I went through mine. I'm getting my support from someone far away, and that is this group in Maryland. Here, nobody wants to talk to me. Nobody wants to near me. Nobody wants to hear me talk about the stalker. He was winning. So please help other women. Let's help each other. Let's help each other. The more we help, the more we put men like that off the street. Not just things. There's so many things that's happening under the ground that people are covering. People are hiding. And we know we just turn our eyes away or turn our face away from it because it's not your family. Please, when you see something, say something and help your neighbor. We have it in the Bible, love your neighbor as yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you. Actually, our writer who also helps others to write books, Mrs. Adeola Atekoja, said, indeed, God bless you for sharing. And I will conclude with that. I agree with her. Thank you. The Lord will complete your